battle has just begun!
This was a battle I enjoyed a lot, I think. I think I enjoyed it more than the one I just uploaded a week ago, or whatever the time frame is. Kind of confusing. Basically, the goal in mind here is to make a Mega Venusaur team again, because, like, I only have one Noivern, and my Noivern is pretty well dedicated to my Drizzle team, so I can't exactly, like, use him in both places, because the Noivern I did use with Mega Venusaur definitely used Air Slash and not Hurricane, and I'm a lazy bastard, so I'm not going to hatch another one and train it up, even though that would be, like, the ideal scenario for someone who cares, I guess. But so I'm like, alright, I gotta make a Mega Venusaur team, like a brand new one, and then I'm like, hey, I just figured out how much of a fucking badass CB Dragonite is. I've been tinkering around with the idea of a mono Kalos team. As you know, I like to do, like, mono region teams or region battles or whatever the fuck. So yeah. And I had that Dragonite. I bred that Dragonite myself, and it was just sitting there collecting dust in my box. And I'm like, you know what? Let's fucking use him. So I got the good old grass fire water core, which is good, and one of my favorite, like, side cores or whatever you want to call it, Fairy and Dragon, are extremely complimentary. And then I just popped Diggsby in right there, which is another Pokemon I had in my box collecting dust. And I love you, Diggersby, man. I love you so much. And this is Tevin. He's a passerby. He's pretty cool. He gave me a good match. What more can you say? So, this match, the spirit of Gargleflop spoke to me. And we'll get there. In more ways than one, really. Because he has a Choice Scarf Infernape straight out the bat. And I'm like, definitely not expecting that, and he could have gone close combat right here, but he's going to go U-turn, which is, it's definitely a thing to do, but if I was in his shoes, I would have definitely gone close combat. But, yeah, whatever, it's fine. So he gives me that information that he's definitely scarfed, because I'm scarfed. If there's an Infernape faster than me, you're definitely scarfed, guy. So I'm going to wall up this mushroom with a return, and it almost is a 2-hit KO. The Black Sludge makes the difference, so I'm just going to go into Venusaur to take the Giga Drain or Spore, whatever he wants to throw at me, and take this opportunity to double out or Mega Up, but probably a good idea to Mega Up because Mega Venusaur kind of bones Infernape, like, really bad, because I'm not weak to fire anymore, and I already resist fighting, and my bulk increases, so, like, that's just my choice right there. So I'm going to make up as he goes Sludge Bomb, so doubling out actually wouldn't have worked there. Interesting. So, also, this is another passerby who takes, like, time out of his training work, I don't know, takes time out of his life to nickname his Pokemon, and once again, as I said in the previous upload, I really, really, really appreciate trainers who do that. It's just, I think it makes battles more fun, honestly. So, I'm gonna go Sludge Bomb again, stupidly, as he goes into Blue Moon, which, whatever. It's a shiny Umbreon. Most of his Pokemon are shiny, it looks like. It looks like he just grabbed all of the best shinies he had in his box and trained them up, made a team out of it, which is kind of what I'm doing here, except minus the shiny part. I'm, like, trying to use Mega Venusaur, because, once again, that's a Pokemon I bred, so I'm like, hey, I have all these really good Pokemon just sitting in my box. I want to use them again. It's a strange feeling. So, I'm going to go Stealth Rock on that Umbreon, who's kind of set up fodder. And I predict him to Stealth Rock as well. And I'm going to go Scald, I think? Yeah. I go Scald a lot, but I don't burn, which really sucks. And, really makes me happy. So he's, I think he's going Roar here, which is pretty smart, and Roar could have dicked me over pretty hard if he had dragged out Dragonite or Arcanine, but he drags out Diggsby, which I'm absolutely fine with. Once again, I don't burn him, though. That annoys me greatly. But because he's roaring so much, And because I play with my balls, I'm going to go return here, even though I'm pretty damn sure it's not going to kill. And not killing means he's in torrent range, that means bye-bye Diggsby. But it's kind of alright, like, it's kind of alright, really, like, because it brings Swampert down to a point where he's just dead. Like, this bulky defensive guy who, you know, would be a defensive pivot can't really do anything anymore since his health is so low, which is plainly obvious to see, but, you know, that bit of work that Diggsby does to make it happen is very, very well appreciated, even though it does look like I'm throwing away Diggsby for nothing. But also, knowing that he has a Scarf Infernape makes me want to use Diggsby less. So that's kind of a thing. So I finally burn a Pokemon, but wouldn't you know it, it's Umbreon who has Synchronized, so now I'm burned as well. Which, come on. Come the fuck on. So I'm just gonna spam knockoff here because, you know, it's the best move in the game. I've been thinking about, like, somehow getting another Empoleon, like, that's exactly the same, except, changing its move, from knockoff to roar. I guess I could do that right now, since, in ORAS, knockoff is a tutor move, and it's only, like, a few points. And I have battle points at the asshole, since that's basically all I do on my break as I play Battle Mason. So I could very easily switch knockoff to roar, because I feel like roar would be more useful in a lot of ways, but knockoff is always useful. So I knock off his leftovers, or no, that's right, I defog, no. Now I defog first, and then I knock off. Which that defog is very, very damn important, and makes the Diggsby play of making Swampert low much, much, much more beneficial for me in the long run, because that means he's probably not going to get up rocks ever again. So I defog, get up my own rocks. Man, I'm really fucking up this remembering thing. But yeah, I was good in this battle. I was a good little trainer person and did things in the right order. A lot of times when I used Empoleon in the past, like X and Y days, I would like not defog at the right time, and then it would like really bone me over. But yeah, I'm playing really well. I'm defogging first, which you gotta do. Gotta know your priorities. Like, you can't just spam knockoff when you need to defog, which is something I want to do all the time because I'm dumb and I'm bad at this game, I guess. But yeah, so I defog first, get up my rocks again, then I knock off. So that Umbreon has been effectively set up on. Yeah. Thanks for that, Umbreon. So now he's just spamming foul play, whatever, it's fine. I'm gonna go into Sylveon here, who, don't remember exactly what I do. Hyper Voice, maybe? I don't know. Seems like a good idea. Oh, is this the play? Is this the play? This might be the play. This might be the play. When the spirit of Gargleflop spoke to me. Yes! Yes, the spirit of Gargleflop spoke to me in my brain and said, double out, man, it's the most obvious thing in the universe. It's the most obvious thing he's gonna do ever. Double out into Arcanine and then rape him into the ground. That's what the spirit of Gargleflop told me. And the spirit of Gargleflop was damn right. Double out into Arcanine, because, like, that juicy Sylveon just sitting there looking all helpless, you definitely want to switch a Pokemon into that. So double out into Arcanine, who threatens his team massively, by the way. Yeah, I'm gonna Flight Butts, and yeah, Infernape, you may be Choice Scarfed. I know you are, but I have extreme speed, so bye-bye. Arcanine, another Pokemon who had been collecting dust for, like, literally a year, I think. I don't think I've used him in, like, a year. Like, these are just, like, old Pokemon I love that I haven't used in a long time, and I made a team out of them. Like, that's, I don't know, that's a big reason why I play Pokemon right there. Just to use Pokemon that I've spent time breeding and hatching and all that bullshit, just to use them. Like, even if it's, like, kind of a dodgy mixed-tier team, like, I don't know, like, this team kind of works, you know? I like it, so I have Sylveon here. I'm not afraid of Dragonite at all. First of all, because I got my Stealth Rocks up again, so you are dead to a Hyper Voice right now if you choose to attack me, which he does, and that's just great. So Hyper Voice kills the Dragonite, whatever, by nostalgia. Yeah, it's a decent name for a Dragonite. So yeah, Sylveon. Everyone on this team is basically doing their job really well, and I just really appreciate that. Now Alakazam's in here. I'm just gonna kind of fodder Sylveon, just to break the potential focus sash that this I Like Cereal has, which he could have it, or he could be Life Orb, or he could be Mega, but probably not since he didn't Mega straight up. So I'm going to protect here because I thought maybe there was an off chance that I could live a Psyshock, but I am wrong, sadly. I'm just going to die to Psyshock in a turn, next turn, so whatever, it's fine. Sylveon does whatever it needed to do, which was weaken the Alakazam, and now I can bring in my big power player, Chippy the dog, Chippy the Arcanine. Yeah, definitely, I already thought of the name for this upload, because it's a stupid dog joke, but it's perfect. So, yeah, weakening weakening Swampert, like I did earlier, also means Arcanine plays an even bigger role. So thanks Jiggitsby, even though you're like dead in heaven or hell or wherever the fuck you are, like thanks a ton for that. And this, it was this turn or the next. I think it's the next turn. I'm gonna try to Morning Sun here, but because I have so much attack, Foul Play is gonna like bring that damage right back in my face. So yeah, that turn is kind of wasted. But I'm just gonna see how much close combat does, and it just fucking flattens this Umbreon. He must be all special defense, or he must have like bad IVs or something, or I don't understand. Or maybe it's the fact that Umbreon was damaged before by Stealth Rocks, and I knocked off its leftovers. Maybe that brought it to a range where close combat from Life Orb Max Attack Adamant Arcanine would just kill it, but very, very surprised. Very, very, very surprised that that killed. But I am happy. I am happy like a clam, because now I can take out the mushroom, which is just gravy. So Chippy, you did your job. Have a rest in your Pokeball. You just killed yourself with recoil. That's what happens when you use Arcanine. Now I can bring out my own Dragonite, and because I defogged away the rocks, I can do whatever the fuck I want. This is the last Pokemon, so I'm going to decide to go Outrage here, just on the basis that it looks really, really cool in X and Y, or in Gen 6, or whatever you want to call it. And you just don't see Outrage used on Wi-Fi, like hardly ever, because fairies exist. And it's just a very flashy, cool-looking move, so yeah, I could have gone at E-Speed and just ended it that way, but Outrage, man, end it in class. So this is a fun little Wi-Fi battle. If you enjoy it, comment, like, subscribe, all that bullshit. And yeah, I'll see you later, YouTube.